watch anymore, right? Open to the public.
You have everything there. Is the camera there? Audio good? Is it coming across?
Yeah.
Check 1, 2.
Sean called me.
I see. I printed up the next thing there.
And who you work for?
I work at Access Social Work and Government.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, because Doug texted me, he was like, I need somebody else to know. I don't know, he said somebody else in Southwest. I'm like, I don't know who. But I'm like, I guess I'll just try to guess who will show up, I guess.
Yeah, one of my classmates is supposed to come here, and I'll let her know. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You bet. Hey, how are you? Great to see you. So which kids get on today? Hey, how are you? Good to see you. This year, just for tonight, several reasons. One, they wanted to show off this one. Two, so they were trying to get things projects. They got so many projects with them. They're trying to get things small ones between these ones. So usually, this one's always in May is always this year it's not weird. It was already scheduled in Austin.
timer?
Yeah.
There's Sean. Yeah, we'll need the timer.
Batteries for that. Put the new ones in it, so those are not bad. Two new ones in here. Whew.
Next, we will have Red Oak High School Student Council officers will come lead us in our pledge.
think
Mr. Knight, would you please confirm the votes after
I
I
don't think the stream is getting the mics like it's.
Place 3, Margot Spencer, 395 votes. John Anderson,
No, it just sounds like it's.
622 votes, with a total votes cast of 1,017. Place 4, Melanie Hopkins, 446 votes. Johnny Knight, 561 votes, with total votes cast 1,007. Place 5, Sean Kelly, 842 votes, with total votes cast of 142.
I confirm.
I'm Melanie Peterson, presiding officer of the Red Oak Independent School District Board of Trustees of Red Oak, Texas. Met the Board of Trustees sitting as the canvassing board to canvass the general election of May 2nd, 2026 on May 11th, 2026 at Red Oak, Texas. The board convened at 6:02 p.m. I certify that the figures on the summary sheet correspond with the numbers provided by the Ellis County Elections Administrator. Witness my hand this 11th day of May 2026. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that the board approve the canvassing of the election returns of the Board of Trustees elected held on May 2nd, 2026, as presented by Melody Peterson, and declared John Anderson, place 3, Johnny Knight, place 4, Sean Kelly, place 5, duly elected board members.
Second.
Okay, that was a motion by Mr. Knight and a second by Mr. Sebring. All those in favor, raise your right hand and say aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Motion passes 7-0. At this time, we have a special recognition for Mr. Donnie Lutrick. We sincerely appreciate Mr. Lutrick for his faithful service as a Red Oak ISD school board member. When he received the call asking if he would step up and serve an unfilled term, he said, yes, let me think about it. However, I told him, in the next 2 weeks, you're going to have to take 3 whole days of intensive training. But he did it, and he stepped up, and he's never looked back. His consistent presence, dedication to making the district better, and his genuine support of students and staff have made a lasting impact. Mr. Lutrick was intentional in staying knowledgeable about the workings of the district, always striving to make informed decisions that benefited the Red Oak ISD. His commitment, positive attitude, and servant leadership are truly appreciated. At this time, we will have a slideshow highlighting some of his activities in the district.
That's going to be the tough one, making sure I have my head in the room.
At this time, if all board members would go to the front, along with Mr. Lutrick. Okay, at this time, we will issue the certificates of election. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, this is to certify that at a general election held on Saturday, May 2nd, 2026, John Anderson, Johnny Knight, and Sean Kelly were duly elected to the Red Oak ISD Board of Trustees. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, this is to certify that at a special election scheduled to be held on Saturday, May 2nd, Michelle Porter was certified unopposed and duly elected to the Red Oak ISD Board of Trustees. We will now have the swearing in of board members. So if it's your time to be sworn in, please go down to the front, and Ms. Temple will take care of you. Okay, congratulations on your re-elections. And now we will elect officers for the 2026-27 school year. In accordance with state law and Red Oak ISD board operating procedures, the board members shall elect officers at the first regular meeting after the board election. The board shall elect a president, vice president, and secretary by majority vote. We will consider each position separately, starting with the president. I will call for nominations from board members for the position. Once nominations are closed, the board will vote on the nominees in the order they were presented. Once a nominee receives a majority vote, the election for that position will end and any remaining nominees will not be considered. If no nominee receives a majority vote, the board will vote on all nominees again in the same order until a nominee is selected by majority vote. So we'll now hear nominations for the office of president.
I nominate, ooh, that's loud. I nominate Mel Peterson for president.
Second the motion.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, we will close those nominations. John Anderson has nominated Melanie Peterson for the office of president. Will all those in favor please raise your hand? All opposed, same sign. Motion passes 7-0. Now we'll hear nominations for the office of vice president. I nominate Johnny Knight for vice president. Okay.
Second.
Okay, are there any other nominations? If not, Melanie Peterson has nominated Johnny Knight for the office of vice president. Will all those in favor please raise your hand? Opposed, same sign. And the motion passes 7-0. Okay, now we'll hear nominations for the office of secretary.
I nominate Sean Kelly.
Okay. Second that.
Second the motion.
Any other nominations for secretary? Okay. If not, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 7-0. At this time, all officers have been duly elected and are seated. We will go start our recognitions, but first I will read the resolution of the Red Oak ISD School Board. It's proclamation of National Police Week, May 10th through the 16th. Whereas the Congress and President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which May 10th falls as National Police Week. And whereas the Red Oak ISD Police Department plays a vital role in protecting the safety, rights, and well-being of students, staff, and visitors. And whereas law enforcement officers serve with dedication, safeguarding life and property while protecting our schools from harm. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Trustees of Red Oak Independent School District, do hereby proclaim May 10th through 16th, 2026 as Police Week in Red Oak ISD. We encourage all members of the community to recognize and honor the service and commitment of our law enforcement officers. We further proclaim May 15th, 2026 as Peace Officers Memorial Day in Red Oak ISD in honor of those officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice or were injured in the line of duty, and in recognition of the families who support them. Now we will move to National Math Stars. We'll have Jennifer Riddle, elementary math and science coordinator, with John Anderson helping her.
All right, good evening. My name is Lynn Dockery. I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction here in Red Oak ISD. Good evening, Board, Superintendent Sanford. I'm so excited to present this award tonight. I am announcing the Red Oak ISD's nominees for the National Math Stars program. This program, introduced in 2023, identifies top math performers and provides them with resources to advance their mathematical skills. To be eligible for the program, students must meet the following criteria. They must live in Texas. They must be in 2nd or 3rd grade at the time of application. Students must demonstrate extraordinary mathematical ability, qualifying as part of the top 2% of their district through test scores. So, for the 2026 cohort, Red Oak ISD partnered with the National Math Stars to identify eligible students who met these criteria. Tonight, we will recognize them with a certificate for their achievement as a nominee for the program. We had 6 students nominated from Red Oak ISD, and they were invited to continue through the application process, which includes further exams and interviews this summer. The final cohort of National Math Stars 2026 will be announced in August. The final National Math Stars cohort will be granted $100,000 in scholarships over a 10-year period to assist with advanced math courses, enrichment opportunities, STEM camps, and mentorships. So the following are our 2026 National Math Star nominees who are present tonight. All right, we have 2nd grader Payson Gaines. So come on up, Payson. All right, we have 3rd grader Miles Crone. We have 2nd grader Bo McDaniel. And then we have 2nd grader Jamison Terry. So congratulations to these students, their families, and their teachers who work closely with them each and every day.
Parents, you can come up closer if you need to take pictures.
Very good.
Next, we have Principal Brett Hott with the Red Oak High School with doing Hot Scholars.
Good evening. It is my pleasure this evening to recognize our incoming 8th graders and some of our 9th graders who have been accepted into our Hawk Scholars Academy cohort. A little bit about Hawk Scholars Academy. It's a cohort of students who participate in extensive dual credit coursework beginning their freshman or sophomore year of high school. The goal of a Hawk Scholar Academy is to earn up to 60 college credit hours or an associate's degree. To be considered a Hawk Scholar upon graduation, a student must have completed enough hours to be Texas Core Complete, which is approximately 42 to 48 hours. This is established by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board for all undergraduate students in Texas. Students may also complete an 18 additional hours of college credit to earn an associate's degree through Navarro College. Hawk Scholars Academy graduates will be recognized at graduation. Unique to the Hawk Scholars Academy is the fact that these students continue to be a part of the main Red Oak High School campus while having the same opportunities for extracurricular activities and experience and experiences as their classmates. So we're going to start with students from Red Oak Middle School. We have Nyla Alexander. Aaliyah Broom. Matthew Cortez. Brennan Davis. Lisbeth Apina. Morgana Metcalf. Sophie Temez. And from Dr. Joyce Shaw Middle School, Peyton Bell. Portia Davila. Levi Fox. Haley Galindo. Cadence Goodwin. Arabella Jackson. Zoe Malone. Corey Montgomery. Lexi Morales. Kaylee Silva Reyes. Neria Timba. And with Red Oak High School, we have Caitlin Horton and Ayla Smith. Congratulations, and we look forward to everything you're going to accomplish in the future.
We have next, we have Mr. Haw again with our masonry students, and we have Mr. Sebring helping.
Okay, good evening again. At this time, we want to recognize one of our masonry students, Arturo Acosta Escamilla. So Arturo competed last month in Corpus Christi for Skills USA State Masonry Competition against the best bricklayers in Texas. All his hard work and dedication earned him first place for the State Masonry Competition. He is your 2026 Skills USA Masonry Champion. In addition to his first place achievement, he also earned a $10,000 scholarship for TSTC. He will be representing Red Oak High School and Texas at the National Skills USA Masonry Competition in Atlanta, Georgia in June, where he will compete against the best bricklayers from across the nation. Please wish him the best of luck for his upcoming national championship competition. And I just want to recognize up here we have Miss Sadat Gutierrez, who is his teacher, who has done a fantastic job in preparing him. We also have Melvin Smith with United Masonry Contractors Association. They have provided endless support for our masonry program this year, and we are very appreciative of it.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Mr. Page Bishop. Okay, then Mr. Pickert instead.
Good afternoon. My name's Ryan Pickard. I'm one of the 3 agriculture science teachers here at Red Oak High School, along with Mr. Page Bishop and Angelica Weaver, who could not be with us tonight. This year at our Ellis County Youth Expo at the end of March, we had about 34 kids display over 50 projects at our annual Ellis County Youth Expo. And tonight we would like to recognize the top 4, or the students who placed top 4 in their classes. We had a lot of students who couldn't be with us tonight, so for the sake of time, we're just going to recognize about 13 of them that could. So first up, we have Miss Crystal Adame. Mr. Colby Parker. Mr. James McCall. Miss Gwen Thomas. Miss Abigail Rowe. Miss Elena Rowe. Mr. Michael Kellis. Mr. Charles Kellis. Miss Addie Rowe. Addie Kelly. Mr. Jacob Worley.
What?
Miss Amari Thomas. Miss Olivia White. Miss Faith Dickerson. And lastly, Mr. Nash Ruggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Next we have Mr. Chris Anderson, our athletic director, and he's going to be introducing quite a few teams.
Well, good evening. My name is Chris Anderson. I'm the athletic director at Red Oak High School, and we are fortunate tonight to have 5 of our athletic teams with us who made the playoffs this year. And as you know, I mean, for a team to compete at the level they do, to make the playoffs in 5A is it takes a tremendous amount of time and effort out of the coaches and the players. Our first group tonight, we have 5 of them. Our first group is Coach Natalie Sutton in Red Oak High School girls basketball.
Thank you for having us. I just want to say a few words. These girls are probably one of the hardest working bunch of girls I've had the past few years, and I couldn't be more proud of what they've done, and I look forward to seeing what they can do in the future. So with that being said, we were the area finalists, and tonight we have Ariana Warren. She was our freshman of the year last year, and she's second team all-district this year. We have Ariel Warren. She's one of our comeback players. She had to sit out the year before because of an ACL tear, but I'm looking forward to seeing great things from her this next year. We have Channing Thomas. Channing was second team all-district. Then we have Journey Hodges, our comeback player of the year. She also sat and got to come back and get in a few games due to an injury as well. We have Kirsten Totten. Kirsten was first team all-district, and she was all-region team member as well this year. We have Janaea Jackson. She was newcomer of the year this year. And then we have Naomi Freeman and Shamai Hubbard.
Congratulations.
Be careful.
All right. Next up, we have Coach Chris Davis in Red Oak High School boys basketball, and this is Coach Shamir McDaniel, his assistant.
First, I appreciate you all having us here. I'm going to introduce my boys here in a second, but just explain the year that we did have. We reached the regional semifinals. We won 25 games straight at one point, and I think that's the best in school history, I believe. So we had a great year. I brought a lot of kids that will be coming back to us next year. We're missing a couple, but again, appreciate you all having us. We're trying to do something special here at Red Oak, and with y'all support. And with my kids, we're trying to do things the right way as well. So first off, we have Jackson Thomas. Next up, we got AB. We call him AB. Next up is Chaston Odoms. Next is our freshman Boris Tolbert. Next is Dylan Kirk. And last but not least, Ty B. And all of these kids, not only do they do what they're supposed to do on the basketball court, but they do well in the classroom. They're very, very, very smart, intelligent kids, so it's an honor to be able to coach them. And I have a great assistant. I really call him another head coach, Coach Mack. And we all do a great job with the program. Thank you.
All right, next group tonight, we have Coach Adam Prachel in Red Oak High School girls soccer.
Must have some tall guys in front of them. Thank you all for having us tonight. You know, this is a special time for these young ladies and all the athletes and, you know, everybody that are, you know, works hard all year and puts their time and effort. And, you know, not just this year, but I've had a lot of seniors for 4 years that, you know, that academics first and then sports and then club soccer after school and then jobs and all that stuff. So thank you all for having us tonight, and get started. The first athlete is London Artis. London was our senior goalkeeper. Next is Esme Rodriguez. She's our senior midfielder. Next is Morgan Maines, senior midfielder. Carson Daniel, sophomore midfielder for us. Caitlin Chandler, senior outside back. Raiden Treese, sophomore outside back. We got Amora Turner, a junior center back. We have Emily Lopez, a senior midfielder for us. And last but not least, Ashton Page. She's one of our wingers, sophomore.
All right, another team that had a great season this year is Red Oak High School boys soccer, and this is Coach Oscar Lewis.
Good afternoon. I'm Coach Oscar Lewis with the boys soccer. We had a great year this year. I wanted to introduce some guys and just talk about them for a little second, and then we'll go from there. So first we have senior Danny Nunez. Danny was first team all-district this year, our team captain 2 years in a row. Just a true stable force within the program, always putting others before himself. Just really going to miss him. Just a true leader, and we're thankful for the impact he's left on this program. The next is senior Julius Salinas. Julius came to us last year during his junior year, had a really big impact this year when we had injuries. He was first team all-district. He's committed also to Texas A&M Texarkana. One more thing, Danny also is committed to Northern Oklahoma College as well, so excited that they're both going to the next level for soccer. Next is junior Lewis Hoffey. Lewis was first team all-district and was also the superlative of utility player of the year. He plays multiple positions for us depending on what the night holds. True leader, a captain as a junior is sometimes hard to deal with, but he handled it very well this year. Very accountable, also does very well in school as well, and excited about his bright future ahead. Next is Abby Villa. I do that every. Abby was first team all-district this year as a junior, played multiple positions for us, just a key defender for us throughout the season. Has grown so much just from the beginning of season to now, and as a captain moving into his senior year, I'm looking forward to even bigger things that he does. All right. Next is sophomore Eli Gonzalez. Eli, as a sophomore, played some big roles in moments throughout games. His effort is never doubted by me. He continues to give his best daily in training sessions this spring, and I'm looking forward to him having a really big junior year. Last but not least is Andrew Casillas. Andrew was first team all-district this year. He was also offensive newcomer of the year.
He was also honorable region, all-region player as a freshman. He scored over 20 goals this year. Yeah, I remember him last year as an 8th grader, and I'm like, oh, he's an 8th grader. We'll see what happens next year. And he made a major impact this year on the team, our leading goal scorer, and just as a freshman, and he's going to have a bright future ahead.
So our last group tonight, and as you know, this group is still competing. They have a state track meet on Friday. And with us tonight, we have Coach Johnny Johnson, our head boys and girls track coach.
Good afternoon. So we had another successful track season this year. I'm very proud of the athletes. As always, the standard now in Red Oak is state. And so that's what we push for every year, and it was no different for us this year. So you can see we have a pretty good sized group. All of these athletes will be competing this Friday at the state track and field meet. So I'm gonna call them up and I'll kind of say some of the accolades they've earned this year. First is Brianna Simeon, sophomore. Brianna is going to be competing Friday at the state track meet in 2 events. She's on our #1 state ranked 4x400 meter relay, and she will be competing in the long jump. Next, Maya Ward. Maya is a senior for us this year, and she's been in the program. She's a 4-year letterman, and she has this will be her first trip to state, or second trip to the state track meet, and she'll be competing on the 4x400 meter relay. Next up, Zaria Bernard. Zaria is a sophomore. She will be competing in 3 events at the state track meet this Friday. She's a #1 ranked 100 meter female in the state of Texas. She'll be competing in that. She's a #1 ranked 200 meter female in the state of Texas. She'll be competing in that, and she will also be competing in the 4x400 meter relay. Shania Ward. Shania is a senior for us this year, and she will be also competing in our 4x400 meter relay for the 2nd consecutive year. Abigail McCoy. Abigail is our 4x400 meter relay alternate. Poor Abigail has to come to practice every day and do those same workouts. And it shows how mentally tough she is. She's a sophomore, so it's good training for one, but also it helps prepare us, our program for the future. So when we lose our seniors this year, she'll be able to step right in and cover for one of those. So she'll be traveling with us this Friday as an alternate for the 4x400 meter relay. Camden Atkinson. Cam is a freshman for us. He did a lot of real good things for us this year. So when we made it past district, we bumped him up to our varsity team. He competed on the 4x4 at our regionals track meets to help us get to state. So very important role for us this year. But he'll be an alternate for our boys 4x400 meter relay that will be competing this Friday. Dalen Johnson. Dalen Johnson is a junior. He'll be competing in 2 events this Friday. He'll be competing in our 4x100 meter relay and our 4x400 meter relay this Friday at the state track meet. Braylon Brown. Braylon Brown is a junior. He also competes in the 800 meter. But this Friday at the state track meet, he will be competing on the boys 4x400 meter relay. Jason Obazaj. Jason was an athlete that started off on our JV and kept working, and those times just kept dropping, to the point where we could not ignore it. So we had to make a tough decision and make some changes on the boys 4x400 meter relay, and he earned a spot on the boys 4x400 meter relay as a sophomore. He'll be competing on that relay this Friday. Gavin George. Gavin is another sophomore. He's also a hurdler, 110 and 300 meter hurdler who made it to the regional finals in both of those events. He's an alternate as well for our boys 4x400 meter relay. And we're excited to have him and excited to see what he's going to do for us for the next couple of years. Charles Askew. Charles is the record holder in the Red Oak track and field 100 meter run with a 10.33. He is a regional finalist in the 100 and the 200 meter. And he will be competing as a first leg on our varsity boys 4x100 meter relay this Friday. Jaden Washington. Jaden is a senior for us this year. He's an 800 meter runner, 400 meter runner, won district in both. And this Friday he will be competing on the boys 4x400 meter relay. Dylan McGee. Dylan will be competing on our boys 4x100 meter relay this Friday. He's also a highly recruited football player. If you know his name, that's where you know it from. But he's also a 10.5 100 meter guy, so he is on that 4x100 meter relay, and he'll be competing this Friday. Billy Miller. Billy is the senior quarterback for Red Oak. Also runs track, stuck with track with us this year. He's on the 4x1 and our 4x2 regional finalist on the 4x200 meter relay. And he will also be competing this Friday on our 4x100 meter relay in state. Is that everybody? Okay.
Next we'll have Jason Mitch, our Director of Fine Arts.
Good evening, and thanks so much. It's my honor to serve as your Director of Fine Arts here in Red Oak, and I have the pleasure of presenting to you our fine arts students who have distinguished themselves in individual capacity and received a recognition or award here in the spring semester. We will start with our Red Oak High School choir students. They will be presented by our directors Cassie Arrington and Reagan Potter.
Hello, I'm Cassie Arrington, and there's Reagan Potter. We are recognizing tonight our choir students who earned a superior rating at our solo and ensemble competition this semester, and they have qualified for state solo and ensemble competition, and they'll be doing that here in just about 2 weeks. So they will represent Red Oak very well, I have no doubt. So congratulations to Nicole Akpati, We have some that couldn't be here tonight. Mika Alvarez couldn't be here tonight, but she also will represent us. And Mario Amaton. Angela Arnold. D.I. Carter, who is Sydney Huntley. Ryan Miller, who you'll see later for bands as well. Jalen Molina. And I think that's all that we've got here tonight. We also have Peyton Nitch, Reagan Northcote, Anaya Parker, and Eden Smith, who were unable to be here.
Next up, we have our Red Oak High School Hawkettes, who will be presented by their director, Ashley Polk.
Great. Hello, everyone. Tonight we would like to recognize the varsity Hawkettes for their, I'm short, for their first overall placement at their first competition. They placed first place out of all teams in the entire competition, regardless of size, division, or classification. Their team jazz routine was also the highest scoring routine of the day. Yes. They won many other awards over the course of their season, including choreography, performance, technique, and crowd pleaser awards. So please help me congratulate them. We have Mariah Hunter, Isabella Martinez, Kirsten Hicks, Trinity Anderson, Cameron Monsivais, Zeppelin Perez, Aaron Porter, Neela Jones, Kaylee McLeod, Emily Penny, Ariana Vasquez, Macy Rivers, and Abigail Cano.
All right, next we will have some recognitions from our Red Oak High School Hawk Theater program, presented by Jericho Thomas and Jeffrey Franks.
We are few but faithful this evening. After JV1 Act play, after making sure all of your wonderful PAC events get what they need lighting and sound-wise, we're a little tired, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but we have wonderful kids, and we're doing wonderful things. We're still running a JV, a varsity and a musical theater program. All that's going well, so please know that come by and see us anytime you want to and see what we're doing. So here's some of our recognitions. We had UIL1 Act play this year, and we had our district all-star technician, that's Zoe Hairston. They're clapping at home. Then we had an honorable mention all-star cast, Miss Molly Hughes. An all-star cast from Micah Broussard. We had a district best overall tech team. That is Deshaun Gayton, Aiden Todd, Taryn Piper, Josh McQuarrie. And that includes Zoe as well. And then we had a few people move up in the International Thespian Society rankings. These are your honors thespians, Miss Peyton Nitsch and Tony Randall Ivory. National ranking is Landon Wilhite, and she's here tonight, Miss Hailey Torres. And then, Mr. Franks, would you get this for us? Thank you. And then we had international rankings. This is like 180 hours. This is like 120 hours past their letterman. This is Emily Rodriguez, Dalton Fellows, and Isaiah Wayne. And then we had one more awesome award. This was I believe in my tenure here, this was a first. We had a Broadway Dallas High School Musical Theater Award nominee for Best Featured Performer, and that was Miss India Wright. And that's what's going on at Hawk Theater, and we'll see you in the fall for, JV Fall Showcase. Thanks.
Next up, we will have our Red Oak High School band students, who will be presented by one of our assistant directors, Mr. DJ Todd. Mr. Todd.
Good evening, everyone. Right here we have our students that qualified for the UIL State Song Ensemble Contest. They will be traveling to Austin, Texas on May the 23rd to go and compete for a classification. These hard-working students spent countless hours preparing a solo or an ensemble. Most of them had to memorize it, and most of them, or all of them, played a grade 1, which is the highest difficulty that you can get in our UIL classification. And this year we had 42 students qualify, which is amazing. So I'm going to start calling these wonderful students' names. We have Abigail Bergman, Deshaun Briggs, Marcos Carrillo, Gabriel Cavallini, Taylor Cheney, Mason Cheat, Carly Childress, Presley Coleman, Alexis Corns, Samaje Cox, Ava Dalfred, Abigail Draper, Colton Dunn, Jackson Eaton, Lana Fisher, Monica Guzman, Mercy Hobbs, Araya Johnson, Harrison Jones, Mikhail Kincaid, Isabella Lee, Amanda Lee, Austin Marshall, Ryan Miller, Peyton Newsom, Austin Oliver, AJ Pandey, Romeo Reyes, Hayden Roberts, Vivian Ripple, Marco Saborda, Josue Salguero, Delia Sanchez, Emmanuel Shabanjo, Jackson Smith, Carlos Stewart, Martin Tapp, Gwendolyn Thomas, Gabrielle Torres, Saxton Tyler, Samantha Wade, and Avery Wood. Thank you all so much. We thank you for your support. We thank you for your wonderful and kind souls throughout this year and just helping out these students. And we can't wait for what's next year where we start with marching band. So thank you all so much.
Next we have Ms. Sanford's superintendent's report.
How do I?
We are going to start with Red Oak High School Student Council annual report by Angela Thomas, our sponsor.
But you're gonna want to drag it over. That's when you get the flood. Put it on full screen. Phone week. Where'd your mouse go? Bring it back over here.
All right, I'm Angela Thomas, the Student Council Lead Advisor for Red Oak High School. We do an annual report, so you guys are up to date with what we do for our campus, but also our community. I brought with me to do our report our outgoing 26 Student Council President, Kayla Freeman, and our incoming 26, 27 President, Izani Harris.
Good evening. You've already been introduced, but I am Kayla and we start Student Council recap.
It's like a slideshow. I don't know. She just sent it as a PDF.
So Student Council is the link between the student body, the administrators, and the school board and our community. Over the past school year, Red Oak High School Student Council has worked incredibly hard planning and executing projects to build our campus culture and bring unity to RHS. In this slideshow, you will find some of our biggest projects of the year, leadership training events and awards, as well as achievements that have recognize our council as a whole.
So for the 25-26 school year in numbers, we have a total of 157 members, $50,060 worth of goods donated, and 3,942 service hours.
For our awards, we have our National Gold Council Excellence Award, where we had to submit all our projects we did for the entirety of the year, and we got recognized for that, as well as our TSD Sweepstakes Award, where we had to submit all our projects through different communities that we had.
And some accomplishments for this year on like the TASC level, we got elected TASC D3 Reporting Secretary School, so that's great. I'm the representative for that. And we also got the Lone Star Award that was awarded to many of our seniors, including.
So during the summer, we have our officer training,
train our new officers for the upcoming year. And also, we have our summer leadership workshop where it was held at UTSA, and we got to meet all of our leaders across the state of Texas, and we got to train there. We also had a JC, which stands for Junior Counselor, which is Jayla, and she led some of our groups there. First semester.
So on this, we started off the year really strong with a teacher movement day / waffle breakfast to boost morale and our staff, and students loved to help out with that. We had Yugo Stuco, which is an event letting new members know, and like even old members can come up to it, like what Stuco is, what it does for the campus, why it's important, what it can offer you, and what it can offer the whole entire community. And then we had freshman camp, Sunrise Fight School, where we were like freshmen, incoming freshmen, picked up their schedules, and we got to see more of what goes around at the school, also in Stuco. And we had our back to school bash. That was wonderful. We got to show so much of what goes on at school. We got to start off the year really strong with it.
So September is we held our senior sunrise, which is an event for our seniors to celebrate their beginning of their senior year. We had pep rallies, we had a veteran pep rally, cancer pep rally, Aloha Hawks pep rally. We introduced the school year, starting off with school spirit. We also do football gift exchanges, so every football game we give gifts to the other opposing team. And yes.
October, we had our District 3 Hall Conference at Nimitz High School. We got to meet so many other student councils because it's a part of TASC, and we got to learn so many different projects and see so many rules of planning, and we were so happy to bring these back to Rideau High School. And we also hosted our first blood drive of the year, the fall blood drive, where we got a good amount of units donated, and that goes towards our scholarship money, and each person who donated saved their lives, so we helped a lot of people.
So homecoming, one of our biggest projects that we host for the year is homecoming. This year's themes was Hawk Hollywood, which is like movie themes. So each organization signed up to do a hallway decorated for different movies. So we had like, let's see, we had Star Wars, we had Scream, as you can see for NTHS. We had Legally Blonde, like all these cute movies. So then we had our parade, which is super fun to see on the top right corner. Our theme, since we host it, we usually just do the overall theme, which is Hawk Hollywood. And we had a coronation where we recognize all of our queens and kings and princesses and princes. We started a pep rally and our school dance was held in our school's cafeteria.
We had our Veterans Day breakfast, which is at picture on the bottom right. We got to recognize so many veterans in our community, and we got to serve them with an awesome breakfast and thank them for all of their service. We had a kindness table where we got to have like these little stickers that people could write very kind messages on to spread kindness throughout the school, and we hosted. We held at Special Olympics at Cedar Hill High School. We got to recognize and help our special education department kids, not only at our school but at other schools, participate in athletic events like football skills.
For December, as you all might know, we have our Toys for Tots event where all organizations from the school help bring in donated toys so we can donate to Salvation Army. And then at Christmas in Red Oak was also, we had a booth there. We had little events and activities for the kids that came. And also we had a TAC District 3 overnighter at Mount Lebanon where it's more leadership training. And we had to have leadership training with all the kids in the DFW area.
Second semester. So January was, we did a Colors for Caring for human trafficking awareness. We asked everyone to go through to spread awareness for human trafficking. And we had Hi How Are You Day
big project, which is in February, is Hearts for Hawks. So every year for Valentine's Day, we write a heart for every single student in our school, even our staff and our teachers. So we hang them on the school. So we have some of them are different like designs. So some of them are like a 6-7 design. There's a cat design. It's really cute. And we also during lunches we gave a lollipop to whoever found in their heart. So it was really cute and so really it brings a lot of school spirit to our school.
So we have the opportunity to go to an advanced workshop in the ranch at Hunt, Texas. And some of our student members, they traveled and they got to learn a lot of leadership training. They got to see many projects that other schools were doing to bring back and better our campus and grow themselves as leaders.
So in March we had another another conference. It was at Northwest High School. It's more leadership training, sharing ideas, meeting different leaders around the DFW area. We also had our second blood drive of the year, and this one was held in the gym, and we collected I think like 70 units of blood, and it was very successful.
So TSC State Conference in San Antonio, Stuco got another amazing opportunity to go to the annual state conference in San Antonio. We stayed there for about 5 days, and we had a good time. Like we got to see all these campaigns that just showed how important each little thing is, like even up in every area. So we got to learn from that to make sure that students at our school know that they are enough. They can bring things to the table to better our school. And we got to learn so much. We got to hear amazing and inspiring speakers. It was an amazing experience.
So in April and May we were kind of slowing down for the rest of the year. So first off we had Kite Day, which we had in front of our school. And not just a way to bring, since it's testing season, a lot of stressful, just a way to relieve stress and just have some fun. So we put some kites around the school. And then next year, our last blood drive of the year, which is super successful, we had like 82 units of blood collected, again, amazing. And then recently had our officer transition meeting where you can see me and Izani transition, so all the incoming officers got trained for the outcoming. And then we also had teacher appreciation, I think last week. So we got Bahama bucks for all of our teachers, and it was very successful, and they loved it.
So there's so many of these that we could do every single slide because they happen all the time, multiple times during every month. But student council does care for all the groups and organizations at our school, and every year whenever any organization or group has a big accomplishment, we make sure to give them a gift basket and make them a huge sign that says we care about you. And on weeks and months or days that we honor certain we honor certain staff members. Like this week is National Police Week and today was National Nurses Day. We gave them a gift just to show how much we care about them. And last week we did an appreciation gift for bus drivers.
And obviously, we couldn't fit every single thing we do in just one slideshow. So some of the things we do is we have meetings. We had a monthly meeting today. We have a curriculum night, winter Wednesday party, birthday cards, campus cleanups where we just pick up trash around the school. We have a sticky note board for students to take a note if they feel sad or just like upset. And we also have student nights, so we support different organizations. We have student night at basketball, or student night at soccer or theater, anything like that, and more. So obviously, we would love to just put everything in there, but it'd be a long slide. So we do a lot of stuff.
We got American Red Cross Red Cords. Following administration approval, this year we were allowed to award a red graduation cord from the Red Cross to seniors who have donated blood 2 or more times. 75 seniors earned a red cord this year. With our 3 blood drives this year, we collected 238 units of blood, saving 700
direction of Ms. Thomas, we have hosted 25 blood drives with 3,094 blood drive donors and 1,962 first-time donors with 63% of our donations. And we also had 8,343 lives saved. We're proud to be making an impact in our community. Our next blood drive is October 20th, 2026.
In the fall, we will partner with Chick-fil-A. We have been selected to participate in the Chick-fil-A Leader Academy. Student Council will provide dedicated leadership training throughout the 26-27 year to our Hawk ambassadors, who are student leaders from every organization on campus around the entire school. And we will have more information on this next week.
So some of our goals of the upcoming year is to increase school pride and student participation, develop new project ideas for the upcoming years to come, and do more projects targeted towards the environment.
Thank you for your continued support of our student council and all of the Roanoke ISD students and staff. We appreciate you guys so much, and we're so grateful that you allow us to do things like this. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, and thank Ms. Thomas, because I know you put in a lot of time after school, before school, and I just want to let you know that we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Okay, not near as interesting will be Dr. Johnston with the budget update. That's a hard act to follow with those students.
But it's always fun. Thank y'all for having me. Tonight, just kind of give the board an update back when we come back in June for the board meeting. We'll have asked the board to approve the budget. So I'm trying to give y'all an update of where we are right now, and there's still work to do. And just talk about some of these categories here. Again, we presented in January to the board the calendar for the year. maximum tax rate. And right now, it's projected to be 3.6, but it hasn't been finalized, so we don't know if that number is going to be valid or not. So our tax rate would be, for the M&O would be 0.7011 for next year. Right now is what we're projecting. And then here's a couple slides, just the red lines is actually the budget cycle, or the budget year, and all the information before that is where we have to adopt the budget, but we're just making estimates, and we don't know what the enrollment will be, we don't know what the ADA will be, because it's done every 6 weeks during the fiscal year. So this is just kind of showing you how the process works. And again, for the property values, again, the biggest component here that may impact the budget from time to time is the property values that the comptroller provides. But we don't know what that will be until January. And again, at the end of the presentation, I show you how that impacts the budget. Again, the tax rate projected of the 0.7011, it's gone down 40% over the last 8 years since 2020 or 2019-20. So we are helping the community by having lower property tax rates. Again, as far as the budget, we're projecting a slight decrease in the ADA, average daily attendance, because our enrollment this year was about 138 students less than what was projected. Over the last 3 or 4 years, we've had somewhere between 150 to 200 new students a year. For some reason this year, we had a reduction of 138 students. So we're not projecting a big increase in enrollment next year. We've got to make up the 138. So our projected about 20 more students than what was this year. We're also moving next year to a 175-day instructional calendar, which allow us to take some of our days in the summer. And once you hit 175 days, any day above that, you get additional funding. So for summer school next year, we're going to probably hopefully get some additional days. And I've estimated right now about 25 ADA. Since it's not really a full day, it's only 4 hours a day at maximum. And then also all the enrichment categories, got a 3% increase. Again, the biggest issue that we got when we got the property values the other day is our property values are going up. I'm estimating it to be a 70% increase over last year. The preliminary numbers we got was about a 90% increase, so it almost doubled. And that's primarily due to the commercial property that's coming into the community. Now, so between now and probably the end of June, there are going to be appeals. So I'm not using the full 90. I'm thinking it's going to be less than that. I initially hoped it was going to be somewhere in the 15% range. So it's a lot higher than that. And again, also with the comptroller's property value study, that same 7% is that, and I'll show you at the end how that impacts the community as well. We're still eligible for the fast growth district because our enrollment has grown over the last 6 years. So 338 counts toward the formula. Last year for 379, so it's kind of going down a little bit, but it's still providing us around $350,000 to $400,000 a year. And we're also continuing to project a decrease in Medicaid reimbursement. They changed the process over the last 4 or 5 years, and so that number, we used to get like $1 million. Now we're only getting around $250,000. So from a budgeting perspective, we're reducing that a little bit as well. Again, from the instructional, or the expenditure component, we're also factored in pay increases. For the teacher pay scale, $1,000 per step, plus they move up 1 step, so they'll get whatever that step increase from 1 step to the next step is. For all the other staff members, 3% of the midpoint of their pay scale. And again, teachers that are above the step 30, because that's the maximum step we have, give them a $1,000 increase as well. We've added some new positions in preparation for the new Shirley Jones Elementary School, and a few other positions, special education, and some things at the middle school level are being added as well. We're also increasing the loyalty payment, and some of their attendance incentives are going to be increasing because there's more individuals and more groups participating. We're projecting our property and liability insurance to decrease over the last several years, we haven't had as many incidents, so therefore it's being projected. We were told it may be going down by 20%. That's not what I have factored in just yet. We won't know what that is until probably end of June, what that would be. Utility costs, Shaw Middle School, we only had it open half a year this year. Next year is going to be a full year, so we had to increase that a little bit. And technology and furniture for staff additions to the new bodies, we have to add furniture and computers for that. And this is a slide I usually show near the end, but the slide I'm going to show in a few minutes needs some clarification. Again, if you have 1,000 students in 2 different districts, they should get a total of funding of $6.2 million. If you get $5 million from taxes, then the state only gives you $1.2 million. If you only get $2.5 million from taxes, then you get 3.7 from the state. So that's that swing that I show a slide from time to time. And again, here's another, the same amount of funding for both, but a local share, if you get higher local share, you get less state share. Now the reason I show this is because with our property values increasing, we're getting close to that unfortunate recapture component because of the property values increasing. We're not sure what that's going to be, but I just want y'all to be aware that maybe we're probably more in that, hopefully in that 3rd cup instead of the 4th cup. But just as an FYI, that we may come back. It would probably be when we in August and share that information with you as well. So here's kind of a total of the revenue and the expenditures. And the reason I showed that other slide is because if you look at that, again, the growth is $1.8 million, but our state funding is going down by almost $18.7 million, and property taxes are going to make up the difference. So again, by having more property tax revenue, the state reduces the funding from the state. So this is sort of how that's going to look. Right now we're projecting, again, $1.8 million increase. Again, from the campus perspective, we're staying the same per pupil rate. Again, we reduced it 2 years ago to balance the budget. And the same thing with the department budgets. We haven't increased their budgets as well as either for this year. Just a quick brief of the legislative changes. The basic allotment was increased by $55 this year. They've added a teacher retention allotment. Certain teachers get $2,500. If you're 3 to 4 years of service, $5,000. If you get more than 5, if you're in a classroom and teach in that way. Then they also, state gave us some additional support staff retention allotment of $45 for other teaching, other staff pay, and then allotment of $106 for enrolled students for things like insurance and just things that where the costs have gone up over the last few years because the funding hadn't gone up. Then here's a chart showing, again, for the last 6 years, the basic allotment was the same for last year and this year. It's gone up by $55. And what was approved in the 89th legislature, if a certain thing increases, like property values increase, then that may go up a little bit as well, the basic allotment. So hopefully next year they'll increase that as well, more. Some other things, they've increased the weights used in certain special allotments, such as bilingual, early ed, and SPED. SPED doesn't take effect until this year, and that's going to be interesting trying to calculate what that's going to be because they really haven't laid out the plan yet for that. The school safety allotment used to be $20 or $10 per student. Now it's gone up to $21 and then $33,540 for campus. Transportation costs for special education have gone up. Again, the property value of the homestead exemption has gone up as well, so property taxes should have gone down. It's gone up to $200,000 if you're a senior citizen over 65. That should be your homestead exemption. And again, the tax rates have gone down, will go down slightly. I'm estimating for us it'll go down 0.0061 as far as the maximum compressed rate. Now, the thing we're also required to do every year is share with the board, as well as the community, the two different property, or the certified property values. And that's part of the first rating. And we have the locally certified property values, which is what the county appraisal district provides. Then you have the state certified property values, which the comptroller comes up with. And they do a periodic audit. But, and the main reason for that is we try to just make sure there's 254 counties in the state of Texas. In each county appraisal district, they may process things or calculate things differently. So what the comptroller's office tries to do is make sure everybody is at least somewhat consistent. And they do an every 2-year audit. So you do it as, their data doesn't line up as much with the local CAD as you would hope. So there are some things that I'll show you in a minute about that. Again, this is a slide I use. If the local share goes up, the state share goes down. And then here's the same slide I showed a minute ago. So I don't need to go over that again. But again, if the assessed, the local value, which the taxes go up, then state share does go down. Again, here's that chart. Now the problem is, the state uses the higher assessed value between what the county appraisal district provides as well as the property value study provides. The problem is that the tax revenue was based on when we did our budget, we based it on the information we got from the county appraisal district, not, because again, we don't hear anything from the comptroller until next December, 6 months after the school year starts. So, and then we can't go back and change our property taxes. So the problem is, the state will say, you shouldn't have gotten taxes based on the property value study. So if your property value study value is higher than what the Ellis County CAD had, then essentially you lose money. And that's what that withheld funding is, because the local collections is what you received based on the information you received from the CAD, but the state says you should have gotten a little bit more than that, so you lose money. The nice thing about us, over the last 5 years, our tax collections have been higher than the property value study. Because you see there, the green star line is the property values used for tax collections, and the blue star, that line represents what the property value study was. So we've been fortunate over the last 5 years to not have to lose money. But again, the 26-27, we're still estimating, still waiting to get more final numbers from the CAD, because we only got the one number on the 30th, and hopefully that number will go down. So then our overall tax collections will go down, will not be as high, so we'll get more state funding for that. So really the next steps then, continue to monitor the current year ADA to make sure that we've been hovering around 95%. Like to get it up a little higher than that, because that means more funding from the state for us. And if any variables change that might impact the 26-27 budget, monitor the information from TA to see if anything they have changes. Again, like the special education, they're still trying to work through how those special education allotment is going to be. Come back, make the final adjustment to the budget, and come back and have a public hearing in June, and then come back and ask the board to adopt the budget. We'll do that at the June board meeting. Then the tax, since we don't get the final certified property values until the end of June, or excuse me, end of July, 25th of July, then we'll come back in August and ask the board to adopt the tax rate. And we'll make any changes to the budget, which we've done in the past too, with an amended budget if something changes dramatically. So that's essentially it. So thank you for your time. And if there's any questions.
Got just one. Back on slide 76, when we're talking about the study conducted, by the state every 2 years, do we know where we are in that 2-year cycle?
I think we're in the second year.
Second year?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, thank you to you and your office for keeping us to where Red Oak ISD can say we're not in a deficit budget.
Absolutely.
And also, thank you for watching the money so that our staff and our employees can get raises every year, so that we can keep them here. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we have Chief Pacifica is going to discuss the district-wide intruder detection audit findings.
Good evening, Board. It's a pleasure to be before you. I'm actually glad I'm following Dr. Johnston and not the recognition of all those wonderful students here at Red Oak ISD or the presentation from the Student Council. So thank you, Dr. Johnston. I want to take this opportunity as well to thank you for the proclamation for National Police Week and Police Memorial Day and recognizing the staff here at the police department. We're very appreciative. Thank you. So again, I'm short and sweet. Like you told you the last time I came, talked about intruder detection audit. We've always come in the years past just talking about when we have a finding. We also want to celebrate when we don't have those. So I'm pleased to say that on April 23rd, we actually were audited at 2 different campuses back to back. One was here, Dr. Joy Shaw Middle School, and the other was at DT Shields Elementary. And at both of those, there were no findings, so I'm pleased to present to you that tonight. We have now 7 of our 8 campuses that have been audited this year. Ms. Treza, you're on the hook. It's the last campus is at Wooden. They can come back to other campuses as we've discussed before, but with only a handful of days left in the semester, I'm thinking Wooden may just be the last one, but we'll see. We also still have to stay prepared every day of the week, every minute of the day, to ensure that we're safe here at the district. So I just wanted to touch base with you on that. The staff and all the partners at the campuses remain vigilant to keep those doors locked and closed and report suspicious activity. So that's all my short report for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I just have a couple of other things. Just a reminder that Wednesday, May 13th, 5:30 p.m. is Rebuilding Goodlow. It's going to be an exciting time. We're going to have ROISD staff, students, parents, community, alumni. Of course, the board is going to be there. We're going to have food trucks, giveaways. It's going to be a great time. 5:30 p.m. This Wednesday at Goodlow Stadium. Also, same night, senior scholarship night at the PAC at 6:30. Our next food drive is going to be Thursday, May 14th. Our state track meet, as we got to see all those wonderful athletes, is going to be this Friday in Austin, all day long, really early to really late. And then Wednesday is May 20th is the last day of school. And don't forget, our graduation for Red Oak High School is going to be at the Mansfield ISD Performing Arts Center on Thursday, May the 28th at 4 p.m. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions for Ms. Sanford before we move? Okay. So next we have open forum. Did we have anybody sign up? Okay, thank you. Next we have our consent agenda. Are there any items that any of the board would like to pull to discuss separately?
Can we pull the District of Innovation?
What number is that? Number 2. Number 7. Okay. Are there any other items to pull? Okay, Mr. Anderson.
So we're going back to looking at another approval for 5 years. Is that correct?
I can't see this.
Superintendent.
Oh, sorry.
I
can't see you either. One more time.
So you're asking us to approve another 5 years for the District of Innovation.
Yes, correct.
And when you look at the plan, I mean, it talks about the prep for post-secondary, you get NRLTC or NJRLTC, student-centered engagement, personal learning, strong partnerships. But when you look at the breakdown of the items that are listed under that, I'm not sure how where they align with those strategic priorities.
Okay, as far as the teacher certification, of course, that will be engaging in the instruction. And also, and Ms. Bash, you're welcome to come up as well if you have anything you want to share. Also, the dual credit, multiple pathways and all that. So teacher certification fulfills almost all of those in that area with the alignment of the strategic priorities. And as you go into the probationary contracts, what you're looking at on that is for us to be able to have that flexibility that if we have a person on probationary contract for 1 year and we're just not ready to say, yes, we're going to own them, they are rock solid, but we're also not ready to say we're going to turn them away because we feel like there's still some growth there. So that allows us that opportunity to extend that probationary period on that one as well. Keep on going. The flexible start date, as you know, we try our best not to start too terribly early, but if we're going to get that 175 student days in there, that flexible start date allows us to go ahead and begin instruction before the fourth Monday in August. Otherwise, we'd be pushing way into the June year. So that impacts the instructional part of the day as well. The class size ratios aligns back with all of the educational academic success, learning opportunities, and things like that, because many school districts, because of budgetary constraints, some of them are going to larger classroom sizes. So what they require is a class size to 22 students per teacher unless you get a waiver. And they do have those waivers where the districts can actually fill those out every year to make those classroom sizes larger. But this will exempt us from that to be able to have a different class ratio.
So, yeah, so we used to do waivers on almost monthly.
Right.
So this allows you not to have to do a waiver every
That's
time
correct.
you change as you need to.
That's correct.
So currently at our elementary campuses, don't give me an exact number, but can you ballpark, how many classes are over what the 22?
What we do, we can get you a number here, but what we try to do is in the event we have a class that goes 23, say 23 kids, and it's not really feasible for the district to be able to hire a new teacher to be able to split that class of 23. So what we try to do at that point is we hire a paraprofessional in, that paraprofessional can then come pull out some of those students and work with them small group to allow more one-on-one. I don't know if we have a number. I'll let Ms. Alera keep looking for that, of how many we have. I knew she'd have it. She pulls out that number sheet every single week for us and shows us the number of classes. But we try really hard if they do go over, especially those, we're talking about core, in the smaller groups, that it's hard. I mean, as a first grade teacher, I can tell you the difference in having 18 students in my class versus 22 is big. But if they went above 22, then you start losing that connection with those students. So we do put an extra person in there if we can.
Will the addition of the new elementary school, will that alleviate that problem?
Yes, when we start moving those teachers around, now I'm not saying that we won't have growth, and it happens. We go through on cabinet every week. Ms. Alera brings all of her paperwork showing this is how many kids we have rolled up, this is how many we have here. We actually move teachers around sometimes from one campus to another if one goes down and the other goes up. But yes, it should help with evening out some of those numbers.
And I know you talked about the being able to hire staff that outside of the certifications.
Yes.
We've talked about it before, that at one point we had a policy that if you wanted to work in Red Oak ISD, you had to be a highly qualified
certified
teacher, certified, qualified teacher. Do we have a plan to get back to that? I understand that there's growth. I understand that we have some programs where, somebody has a special skill, like in CTE.
Correct.
I get those, but the day-to-day classroom, your core subjects, is there a plan to get back to that? And maybe we're there. I don't know.
Yes.
Do you know? In the last couple of months, how many teachers have we hired?
A lot.
And how many of those are certified teachers?
So what we start with right now is certified. So we tell our principals at this time of year, you're going to hire certified teachers. If you remember, and I don't remember, but last month, a couple months ago, we have created a plan we have the 5 years with the state. And so this year our focus is that elementary doesn't have any. Unfortunately, for example, one of the postings we looked at, there's 8 applicants and one of them was certified. And so how do we get those programs here? I don't know if some of you saw, we were honored actually at DBU on Friday night because we are trying to grow those partnerships because that's where we're getting our teachers. And so if we can get ourselves into the colleges, then those kids are here and they're taking our jobs. Unfortunately, as the year progresses, we do have to look at uncertified teachers because we have to fill the classrooms. But right now in your first round, the principals know we have to look for certified, and then we will go to uncertified depending on what program they're in, what they're, what we're offering them. And then very last resort, August, right before school starts, we do have the opportunity, and the state has also granted the para-certification form. And in that form, if they're truly in school to be a teacher and they've been with us, they've already been in the classroom, there's a new document that we can request that maybe they might be a better fit because they're already in our schools.
Right. So I know we have programs where you kind of grow your own. We've had kids who graduated, went off and got some level of education and came back. We put on those alt certification programs. They have 2 years, I think, to get certified, and those are good because Mr. Knight, when we went to the state convention a year or two ago, there were a lot of districts that were going to that, not so much just to fill their classrooms with bodies, but kind of pull from their own little community, right? The kids who live local, or people who lived local that wanted to get into education. For whatever reason, they never went down that path to start with. But I guess my concern is it's not just a staff member. I know there's some really good teachers that didn't go through normal programs, and I'm not saying there's not. But it goes beyond just being able to teach a subject. It's when you have student discipline, classroom discipline. Because in this last election, I heard a lot about teachers are leaving because of classroom discipline. And if some of these teachers didn't go through classroom management type courses or training, that's something else that they have to learn on the fly too, as well as doing the curriculum side of it. Do we have or what kind of support program do we have for those teachers on our campuses?
So this year, and I don't know if any principal put on the spot, the mentor program training that you just did this week, we are implementing a stronger program for mentor teachers so that they kind of have a training piece of, usually you pick your best teachers, but what are they truly doing in that program? So this week the principals had, is it yesterday? Today. They have a training to try to help us with that program as well. So we are trying to find different things. That's part of our grant is the mentor program. And so bringing in that training, is it that we're lacking some training? What are we doing with the support that we have? We've kind of tiered our last principal meeting last week. We kind of tiered what support they have. What does that look like with all programs, with our mentors, with our ICs, admin. So we are trying to create plans. And so we have another focus of raising what we're paying the stipends for those teachers so that your veteran teachers want to participate in some of these programs. So we are looking at new ideas, looking at grants, looking at other programs to try to, support some of those programs that could help the new teachers. I do think tonight, in just the board taking the priority of raises, a lot of the districts around us are not giving raises. They haven't given raises. And so would your certified teachers say, okay, I want to go back there, or I want to go there, because they're continuing to provide those? So we're trying to look at what it is. I do think that, like you said, you want to go where you really like the people you work with. And so how do we create that culture mindset that the teachers want to stay with us?
Right. Yeah, I just think it's important to continue to communicate, publicize, because if you're on the outside looking in, when you see some of these programs, and anybody can access the District Innovation Plan online, I mean, from the outside view, it looks like, well, that's a way to bypass getting highly qualified teachers in their district, or that's a way to get past the number of kids in their classes. And I think we need to continue. One is, I understand why we do the plan, but I think our goal should be to get off the plan, away from the plan, where we're not having to use those. Maybe it's there if you need it, but we're not technically using it. So that when we have teachers or parents who are looking to move, we're going to continue to grow in this area. I think they're looking for these things. They're looking for, if I put my child in the classroom, I want to know whoever's teaching that class, one, knows what they're doing. They're certified. They have a certification program for a reason. That's why they do the student teaching. That's why they go through all those steps, so that when they get to a classroom, it's not the first time they've done it. I know it's hard, standing in the gap. I'm not an educator. I've never stood in the classroom, so I'm not going to talk like I do. But talking to the teachers, we want to make sure the ones we have, and the raises and things are great, but it's more than just money. I think a lot of times that keeps people around, and it's a kind of a well-oiled machine. And these teachers, when you have a good district, the discipline's good, which I think we need to talk more about. I think that's what keeps our staff around, and they encourage their friends. I mean, they all know they all have a lot of friends in education. How's it in Red Oak? It's great. Come on, we always have positions open. So, okay.
I want to kind of echo that too. In leadership, we talked about that sometimes we can be our own worst enemies, because if we're not promoting the great things that are happening, then they create their own narrative. And so agreed, building that culture where everybody wants to be here. I'm one of those that always says, I can't even imagine waking up in the morning and not coming to work at Red Oak, and that's how I want everybody to feel. That it's a privilege to get to come. I want to come, family atmosphere. And I also want to echo, I was one of those teachers that I could do an amazing lesson plan. I could knock your socks off with TEKS, but no one taught me how to line up 22 6-year-olds and take them to the restroom. So I preach that all the time, that we definitely have to, even those certified teachers sometimes miss that, and we definitely have to continue to support them. Anything else on that DOI, Mr. Anderson?
No.
Okay.
Okay. If not, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Have a second?
Second.
That's a motion by Mr. Knight and a second by Mr. Sebring. All in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 7-0. Next, we will have Dr. Johnston again to talk about the Shirley B. Jones Elementary School Guaranteed Maximum Price Bid Package.
As you know, we have several construction projects taking place this year, and we've presented 3 of the projects to have the guaranteed maximum price to y'all. We presented some of these other ones, but tonight is the final 2. And the guaranteed maximum price is a bid process that the architect and the CMAR, Joris, go through to come up with a maximum price that the district would be responsible for the construction. And so for the CTE building, that amount is $59,822,302. So we ask the board to approve that.
That was on CTE.
CTE, yes.
Give me just a second. This computer's not working like I want it to.
This is the elementary,
I got it.
correct?
This is the
Yeah.
I pulled it up.
Yes.
Yeah, I know this is, the CTE, like I said, that's the one that's closest to my heart. You know, it's incredible. I've had the pleasure of sitting on, in on the meetings with this, and the understanding of it, the layout of it, the aspects, it's really gonna be amazing, honestly. So I move that we approve the guaranteed maximum price as detailed in the Joris's general contractor proposal for the construction of the new Career and Tech Education Center.
We're on the elementary.
We're on
first.
the elementary.
He said CTE.
Bill said CTE.
Oh,
He said CTE.
You did 12. You did 12.
If we're doing the
Bs.
elementary, I'm
Shirley
sorry.
B. Jones.
Yeah.
Do we want to do the Shirley first, or go ahead and?
Well, you have to do 12A before we do 12B.
Because of the amount that he presented, 33 million. You'll look on that one.
That was the 33.
Yes.
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 That is Shirley. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jones.
there are three different bid packages.
Right.
And this is the third and final bid package. for
Right.
That is 33,667,171.
Yeah, for the Shirley. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, with that, then I'm going to approve the new elementary, Shirley B. Jones Elementary Bid Pack 03, and building guaranteed maximum price as detailed in the Joris General Contractor's proposal.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, that's a motion by Mr. Knight and a second by Mr. Kelly. All those in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 7-0. Now, Dr. Johnston is going to talk about the new Career and Technical Education Center.
And again, it's the same price, $59,822,302. In this, instead of having multiple bids,
Right.
they were able to get everything done at once, and so it's just one bid for that one.
Exactly. And with that, I make the motion to approve the guaranteed maximum price as detailed in the Joris General Contractor proposal for the CTE project.
Second.
That's a motion by Mr. Knight and a second by Mr. Sebring. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Johnson.
you.
Appreciate you.
You had information items in your packets. Did anybody have anything to ask or add?
I don't have anything from the packet, but I have a question. Do we know when we expect to get scores back?
We get POC scores on the 22nd, and then we get, I'm gonna double check. Yes, we get POC scores on May 22nd, and then we get Server 8 on, May 20th.
So can we get, I mean, the data we see, I talk about data all the time, but the data we see is basically the taper data that I can get online. It's percentages. When I look at 6th grade or 7th grade or whatever grade, that doesn't really tell me how we're doing in that grade level. Can you, because I want to know if we're a 65, is that we have a lot of really high scores and a lot of low scores that's bringing it up to an average of 65, or is everybody hovering around in that range? Can we get that information over the last year's scores? So when we get the new scores, we have an idea of where we were and where we're going and where we're at, right? So, and you can do it. You don't have to we're not looking for names or anything else. Just do a scatter plot or a box plot or something, so you can just see the data as a whole. And part of that, you know, when we have you get to the 6th grade level, how many kids going into the 6th grade didn't go to Red Oak ISD? So a comparison from our kids that are coming from other districts going into our secondary level, you know, how do they compare? You know, then I always ask about going back to you know, from 6th, 7th, and 8th and on, going back to our elementary campuses. How do they compare? But I don't have a good, other than a percentage, I don't have an idea of really where we're at. And that's kind of what I'd like to see, if we can do that. And I don't think I'm alone in this. Not trying to create a bunch of extra work, but you know, we talked about if we're going to concentrate more on our scores, our data, then we need to know where we're at. And I think that's important when you're looking at your, you know, if you're looking at your campuses or your grade, a certain particular grade is part of understanding where are we at. Do we just need to bring a handful of kids up, or is there a bunch of kids at the bottom we got to bring up? And not forget about the kids at the top, right? Because they need to level up too, whether it's 1 point, 2 points, or whatever. So if we can get something like that, it'd be awesome.
Yes, actually the principals get all that and they have it in their meetings, so it won't be any problem to bring it. It won't be extra work because they have that, absolutely.
Anybody have anything else? If not, the time is 8:08 and we will go into closed session.